Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Lolly Creations. Please sit back, enjoy the video, and don't forget to show me some love by subscribing and liking. Thank you. For this project, we will be using one of the long signs from the Dollar Tree. I got mine from Christmas. And here I'm going to be sanding down the holes, make sure that my surface is nice and level, and then I'm going to use some spackle. I got this from the Dollar Tree to fill in those holes. I try to use as least as I can of product in order to avoid much sanding at the end. Once everything has been taken care of as far as patching, I go ahead and start painting. I do recommend not to do what I just did and pour the paint onto the the sign there, because I ended up having some areas that look like droplets. So don't do that part. Go ahead and just grab your paint and paint it like you usually do and let it dry. I did have to give it two different coats there in order to fix my issue, but it worked out on the end. Then I got these little signs from the Dollar Tree as well. I got them due on Valentine's Day last year or this year. So I'm just there sanding down the area in the front. It came with little bees in the front. I used my heat gun to remove those and a scraper. And then I sanded both sides, both fronts of the signs there. And now I'm gonna be relieving all of the stickers off of the parts there, because we will be painting these two pieces. The first sticker gave me no problem coming off, but this second sticker was giving me a hard time. So at the end there, for that final little piece, I had to bring out the big guns, my heat tool and spatula. And this is actually what I did to remove the bees also that came glued to the front of these two little holders. Now I see there that it was something that was loose. There was a piece that was loose, so I just used some of my hot wood glue and fix that. And I'm going to go ahead and patch the two holes there, because we are not going to be using it for this project. Now we will be using some of the folk art black paint to completely cover these pieces. I made sure to do the front, the inside, and the two little triangles at the top and bottom, because those will be showing for the final product. So we want those to be covered as well. I didn't put much paint in the total back of it because I want the piece to be raw, so the glue will work better when I'm attaching it to the sign in a little while. This paint, guys, is amazing. I love it. Every time I use it, all I need is one coat and everything is covered. So I do recommend this paint by Folk Art. It's so thick and it's very good paint. It glides easily and it has great coverage. Once I was done painting, guys, I realized that the lettering that was at the front of these pieces were still showing. You can see them right there. So what I had to do was take some more of that lightweight spackle and trace it all over it and try to fill in the letters and wait for it to dry and try again. I didn't want anything showing through. It said "Be Mine," and I didn't want that to be part of the design I'm working on. So I did that. I used my little heating tool there to help it dry a little bit quicker and sand it off, and went over to paint it the front again. This worked pretty good. You can barely see that there was any writing in that piece there. Now, while I was waiting for those pieces to dry, I'm going to be working on staining this home sign. I got this from the Dollar Tree, from the Crafted Square. I just use the antique wax and a baby wipe, in order to stain it nicely. I got to the color that I wanted, and in one easy step. All right, now that all this is done, I went ahead and sanded down this piece to make sure that everything was smooth and it finished that I was happy with. Make sure that everything got dusted. I wiped it down, wiped the surface down, got my little vacuum cleaner to make sure I got all the little bit itty bitty pieces, and it's time to put the piece together. So I wanted to put it on each side like that, so I went ahead and placed it where I wanted it and lifted and glued it with some hot wood glue. And I did the same thing with the middle side. And there we go. Now it's time to do some embellishments. Actually wanted to work on the hanger first. So I went ahead and tried to realize what length do I want that to be, how low I wanted to hang. Once I was happy with the length, I took the jute cord from the DollarTree and did a knot on each side for it to easily stay on the board, and then I used some hot glue to attach it, held it in place for a couple minutes in the other side, and we are going to cover up the back of this sign as well, because we do not like that showing in the back. I just like a finished product. So I started by cutting it, and then I placed one side on one of the edges and took off the excess with my scissors there, and then I'm going to do a little slit on both of the ends where the jute cord comes out, so I can create a little pocket for it to come out of and for the paper to lay flat. So I did them in an angle in order for the paper to lay down as best I could and cover the back end of that as well. Once I was happy, I used the glue again to tack down the excess, and once I was done with that, I took my X-Acto knife. No, never mind. I took first my lighter to get rid of all the little fuzzies and make the piece be a little bit more finished and clean it up. Now it's time to get some of this floral foam from the DollarTree in the little planter holders. I cut it using my scraper, and I tried to do a piece that was big enough to go into that opening and stay snug, so I can add my greenery later on. What I will let you guys know that this piece with the floral foam, it kind of left little sparkly pieces all over the black, which I wasn't happy with. And after I was done doing the floral foam, I dusted it well, and I did a quick coat at the front where the other pieces were. This greenery that you see here, I found from the DollarTree. This might be my favorite greenery from the DollarTree. It's so vibrant, and it really rivals the Boxwood from Walmart, and which is actually about the same price as the Boxwood from Walmart actually right now. The last time I went and got Boxwood from Walmart, it was $1.29. So this one actually came out a few cents cheaper. I just put 2 sprigs of it. One pick was enough, and it usually comes with 5 little stems, so I used 2 on each side, and there we go. I forgot to show you when I put some of that moss inside of it to cover the floral foam. So you can either leave it this way or put something else that you like there. And now I had some of that paper that was left over from the back, so I'm going to be using my X-Acto knife to remove that excess paper from the piece right there. I tried to do this part very carefully. I was trying to not cut my mat, but it was a little bit hard of doing the angle of cutting the paper and showing you guys at the same time what I was doing. So I did the best I could to bring it as close as I could to the end there. And once I was happy with the end result, I was done. And here we go, guys. This is the finished product. I really like this piece. It has like a modern look to it, but at the same time, it's kind of rustic and farmhouse. So that was it. Thank you so much for your time and for having me. Have a great day.